Hey, it's Yash. So here's the thing. Health, like this idea of trying to be super healthy, like permanently healthy, this can be a this can be an obstacle that actually can kill your health. This obsession, like the mind can obsess about anything. It's not just negative things. It can turn a so-called positive instinctual thing into like dirt or poison. Of course, it's natural instinct to want to be healthy. Okay. But being too fixated on that and paying attention to every little symptom that you feel, or oh man, no, I got to cleanse more now, I'm feeling this ache or this thing. Let me tell you something. When you get, as age goes, as you start to age, you are not going to be exempt from feeling symptoms. This body's breaking down every moment. Some of us experience that quicker than others. It might even be a gift to experience that quicker on some level, because it's like then you have to realize you're more motivated to realize who you are beyond the body. Because if you got a body that's not working so good and that's like there's no cure for it, and you've already ran in circles now for years or decades trying to fix it, and then something realizes, you know what, I need to surrender that this body isn't perfect and it's a bit more imperfect than your average body. Maybe you have a disability or something and you can't get rid of it. Something inside may say, you know what, am I really this body? What's going to happen when this body dies? Do I continue? You start contemplating these questions. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to continue. Like what? How? Like this body. If you've been to a funeral or seen a cremation, you see, I think most would see very clearly that the person that you were relating to that used to be in that body, it's like they were never that body. Because this shell of a corpse, it's like so empty, like this plastic thing. Like there's no life really in it. There's rudimentary life, but so when you're looking at this corpse, it's like, wait a minute, this is, because I saw that when I saw my dad when I was like 12 and a half, I went to the funeral. I'm like, that was never, like, what is that thing? It was clear that you can say the energy or the consciousness was inhabiting this form, driving this car for a while, and then it left. That was super clear. So when you start contemplating that now, then something may say, well, if that's true, then that must be here right now. This energy or this consciousness that's not the body, that must be here right now. Is that suffering? Does that have the disorders or the nervous system problem or the mental health issues? Does that have any of that? Or do all those things and symptoms belong to this human construct, show? Mental body, emotional body, physical body. So you start contemplating that. Then your spiritual practice is born. And you start wanting to find that. You start getting more deeper into realizing that, because you realize, whoa, this is the real freedom. Because you're never going to get the body perfect. It's just always going to have a problem. There was a guy, I remember in India, his daughter was like a teenager, and she had an accident or something, and she was in a wheelchair now. It was going to be there like permanently. Like there was nothing that the doctors could do, and sometimes it's like that, And she was grieving, of course. You got to grieve. If you've never grieved your personal situation, that's the first step. Like you got to grieve that. So she was in the process of grieving it. Her dad was high level. He had a spiritual practice like a lot of people do in India, and she was complaining about like, what am I gonna do? Like I can't even do, like she's watching her friends or people her age go to school and play outside, and they're just walking, and she was really down about that. And Dad said very compassionately, the words may not seem compassionate, but the energy behind them was compassionate. He was trying to give her a darshan, and it worked. He said, look, this body, it's going to break down 100% no matter what, if you live here long enough. So what difference does it make if it breaks down now or breaks down later? and she got it. It somehow wiped out, it changed the track of this negative thinking that she was in. And then she ended up serving disabled people, or that was her, she found her place, she found her function to fulfill. See, we can't realize what our true purpose here is on the planet unless we get out of this mind soup, this constant chatter of what's wrong or what's right or whatever. Like that has to somehow crash at some point. So then if there's more spaciousness inside, then our real destiny we just start to intuitively know what to do or what not to do. So this is what a spiritual practice can do. It has to show us who we are beyond the body. Because I've seen a lot of people, I remember when I was deep into raw foods years ago, I'm still 70% raw, but I'm not trying to be. I like how you see my diet videos. It's just good for the nervous system. But you got to ground too. So I do like my rice and beans sometimes. And I like poor people food. I call it poor people food. It just tastes good and simple, you know? You go to these 5-star restaurants or Michelin approved $500 deal, that'll kill you, you know? Got all these different ingredients and I like simple. I like some tacos and burrito. Anyway, so pizza sometimes. You gotta be careful. What was happening here? I was talking about raw foods. So I was watching these videos back in the day, and these people, younger people, they're just obsessed. They want to. I can understand. You get some. When you're living clean and you're fasting on top of that, you can get some energy, some inspiration, and you can start to even feel like, whoa, I can stay like this forever. I'll just be young forever. You can actually believe that. Fast forward a couple decades, you realize like, no, I can't beat this. So, but they used to obsess like, oh, I have a symptom. Oh, I got a little mark on my hand. I need to cleanse that. Maybe it's candida. And there's people that die, like they would get an infection or something, then they go on a dry fast. Well, the immune system's already down. So now you're gonna go on a dry fast? Like that's super intense on the body. I'm gonna make a video on fasting. It's good for some people, not good for others. There's no like standard here. Like, yeah, fasting's good for everybody. No. So these people would kill themselves basically because they'd just obsessively cleansing and fasting. Too much focus on the body. And a lot of them neurologically, they're just all shot out. Oh, I have so much energy. It's like, no, you don't, man. You're like skitty. You're getting schizophrenia. So don't obsess on the body, obsess on the spirit. Do that. Take care of the body, of course. That comes natural though. Like, you take care of the body. I share the things in the videos about the diet and lifestyle habits and stuff. You follow that protocol as good as you can, and then you accept the destiny, the karmic situation of the body. Intuitively, you'll know. It'll tell you like, okay, I got my body in a good enough place. No need to keep obsessing about it. Because you keep obsessing about it, it's going to cause more stress, make your nervous system weaker, and then your symptoms are going to get worse in the name of trying to get more healthy. You see? It's balance. Everything has to be balanced. So that's my message. See you.